A revolution. I want to talk today about revolution in honor of Bryan Cranston. The revolution started in 1999. And as in all revolutions, it was made possible by the confluence of a heady mix of circumstance, economic, social, and technological currents and countercurrents, all meeting at the crucial nadir of the innovation cycle then. Post-Bonanza and post-Dallas, US TV was down and out in the 1950s, and the domestic bliss of Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball's I Love Lucy long since forgotten. Later, there were just a few oases of creativities, and elsewhere, Hill Street Blues and Tom Fontana's radically adventurous Oz, which if it was shown today would still raise your hair to the ceiling. But there was money around. And the TV network executive's appetite for risk was at that moment as enormous as that of Wall Street a decade earlier. At the same time, an apparently innocuous spark of innovation was ignited somewhere in a little town in Santa Clara County, California, where the Guadalupe River and the Coyote Creek empty into San Francisco Bay. This revolution was the dying century's last gift to humanity, and I don't exaggerate. It started with a double blast. 1999, HBO in January, NBC in September. The revolutionaries were old hands at series TV. And suddenly, despite modest track records, they got free rein. First, the theme of a small-time New Jersey gangster, and then even the White House itself. All script, all acting, and bugger the scenic values. Out went the straitjacket of the self-sufficient episode, and in came epics. Television was playing the long game and creating the world of Dickensian meganovels. We movie geeks had had long films before. Some of you will remember Bertolucci's Novecento, which ran 317 minutes. That was nothing for an old man's bladder in those days. But The Sopranos ran 12 times that length, and The West Wing, 112 hours. But what were the armaments? What were the Kalashnikovs of this revolution? The little company in Coyote Creek invented the mother of hard disk recorders, the TiVo recorder, freeing viewers from the slavery of the schedule, leading us to the crystal meth of binge viewing at will. The downside side effect of the drug that one was not able to miss an episode for fear of missing out on the dramaturgical line and suspense. The TV epic was born along with the virus of addiction to binge viewing. Script writing became geared to addiction, and weekends around the world, even here, became, instead of one more kiss or once more between the sheets, it became just one more episode, darling. Dreams in Hollywood, New York, London, and then Rome, Copenhagen, Paris, and everywhere where there was a studio and access to HBO and Netflix and the networks. Yes, even the networks, ABC and CBS, let's not forget The Good Wife, all 156 episodes of it. Dreams everywhere were changing, and new rules helped the format to develop. Bryan Cranston's father, Joe Cranston, an itinerant actor, dreamt of writing and directing the great movie. But now the dreams that the Young Turks aspire to are what Vince Gilligan achieved with Breaking Bad. And in terms of social comment, social change, the new series, Here and Now, for example, right now, A Handmaid's Tale is the stuff that already feeds seminars in the social science faculties of the world's leading universities. As the talent keeps flowing into TV, the catalogue of epics today has become unfathomably rich, keeping even the most geeky nerds like me busy, all night and all day. Bryan Cranston has led the cavalry charge of this revolution. He led the Light Brigade of series. He is the actor for this more diffuse acting century. From daytime TV series to TV epics, from relative obscurity to Breaking Bad myth, from Walter White to the big screen with Trumbo, and now this evening with Robin Swycord's Wakefield, which we will see in a few moments, and from the big screen also to the boards of the theatre in that famous role, LBJ. Many of us in theatre, opera, or film have had varied backgrounds and wayward pasts. Many of us are what we would call in German Zufallsprodukte. I can't even translate that into English, Bryan. It means a kind of accidental product. But this man deserves a prize just for having been through so many personae and so many metamorphosi and so many roles, and I don't mean acting roles, in his own personal life. And I only mention a few. Chicken and egg farm producer, motorbike itinerant bum, murder suspect, hypnotist, police cadet, officer of the church, pastor, marriage registrar, yes, he could even marry you, hustler, loading dock worker, production assistant, voiceover artist, alligator blood stuffer, press-ganged mountain climber, dating consultant, yeah, Tinder should laugh about that, daytime TV jobber, fledgling marathon runner, incompetent Oxford punter, Tim Whatley dentist, writer and director, roller skate dancer, stepson 4 times, crime victim, the infinite trick pony, Mr. Chips, Scarface, loving husband, and to Robin, not this Robin, but another Robin, father, the man who Vince Gilligan had to persuade the network to take, best-selling author, all 274 pages of his autobiography, I recommend, Walter White. The list is actually longer, but my time is running out. I only have 12 minutes. No wonder Vince Gilligan saw this man, this actor, as the anchor that would bind Breaking Bad to the vanguard of the artistic revolution that started this millennium. Bryan Cranston, I recommend him to you, ladies and gentlemen, for this prize. Bryan Cranston, and just to show you and him that I'm a real fan, and that's, we come back to the dress code, I will now do a little striptease and take my jacket off to him, Bryan Cranston, aka alias Heisenberg.